Welcome to Alert Tales, where we dive deep into the most gripping stories of real-life experiences. If you love tales that evoke emotion, spark conversation and connect us all, you're in the right place. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and join our community for more captivating stories that will keep you on the edge of your seat.
My cousin's wife divorced him and he is telling everyone he didn't see it coming.
To be honest, my cousin did see it coming, but he chose to be ignorant about it. His ex-wife has expressed her dissatisfaction over the years, especially about his weed habit that we now consider an addiction at this point. But in his head, she was still okay with the situation as she was still around.
Until she up and left him, filed for a divorce, packed her stuff, and moved out within 2 days. Apparently, a friend helped her to get a new job in a city 2 hours away and leased a small studio apartment.
My cousin made less than his ex-wife and couldn't sustain the household or pay the rent by himself. So he is now living with his brother, his wife, and their 2 kids. He badmouthed her so badly that some relatives sent nasty messages accusing her of being mean and unsupportive while he worked on himself.
Truth is, he has been working on himself for the 3 years of their marriage and the 3 years of their dating phase. He couldn't hold a job for more than 6 months, wasn't performing his duty as a husband emotionally, physically and financially, and was combative when she brought up their issues.
I don't think he didn't know it. In my opinion, he is a damn fool. It has been a year since the divorce, and people started to realize he is the problem, but he would never own up to it, choosing to condemn his ex-wife for leaving him and not sticking by his sorry self.
I visited her city a few months back and she looked happier than ever. I am all for her happiness and pray she never goes back to my cousin. Ironically, he is still trying to win her back despite all the nasty things he said about her. She refused to talk about him, citing she has a good therapist she could unload to, so she really doesn't need to be going around airing her laundry.
I admire her, and I hate how society enables my cousin's behavior until it's too late. Anyways, my cousin just texted me asking if I could loan him some cash as he has been jobless for 2 months and is at risk of being kicked out of his brother's house. His sister-in-law started to complain about him. I replied no, and am waiting for his insult of how people have never been supportive of him. My 31-year-old husband betrayed me while I was recovering from surgery. He has since tried to make it up to me, but I've just lost interest in him. Why do I feel too guilty to leave?
I have posted about this before on a different sub, but I'd like thoughts from this one. Last month, my husband of 4 years went to a work conference. He's a couples therapist. While I was 10 days post-op from endometriosis surgery and came back to tell me he went to coffee and cuddled with another couples therapist from the conference.
He initially dismissed my feelings about it, saying that it's not a big deal, and he's proud of himself for stopping at cuddling. After several days of back and forth, he finally started to feel bad and decided he needed to make it up to me.
He has apologized and started to be more proactive about things in the relationship. Here's the thing. Before this, I've felt for some time that I am the writer, producer, director, and actor within our lives. And he has just been barely an actor.
We bought a house together and I did most of the renovations myself while balancing my PhD. He has just been passive and careless, and this betrayal is evidence of his carelessness.
An example of his carelessness is that he forgot about our first fertility clinic appointment, despite me reminding him twice in the weeks leading up to it. He says he really wants kids, but he does not actively pursue it, nor does he actively pursue anything related to us.
Even after the endometriosis surgery, he barely noticed I was in pain after maybe getting me tea and soup for the first 3 days. So this cuddling incident while I was post-op has been the straw that broke the camel's back. And I feel like I no longer even want to work on this marriage.
But he's trying now, and I believe underneath it all he's a good person. He's very gentle and soft-spoken. He's involved in our community. He's never yelled at me, and he knows I like peonies. He makes me coffee on some mornings, and he makes dinner every so often. He even helped me pay for my car.
Since this incident, he has expressed a lot of emotion. Usually I have to coax emotion out of him. He has been checking on my pain levels daily because I called him out on his lack of care. He booked me a week-long writer's retreat so I can work on my dissertation and packed me a care package.
He has made a couple of date plans. He paid a parking ticket of mine without asking. Still, there's something missing. He's just not it. I am no longer attracted to him, and I feel like I do not want to connect with him.
I ask him where he'd like to live after I graduate. He says he hasn't thought about it. He doesn't think much at all. He doesn't challenge me. He doesn't inspire me.
I'm not sure if this is just me thinking that the grass is greener on the other side type of situation, or if this situation is genuinely bad. I'm tired, and sometimes I don't even like him anymore.
My gut feeling is to leave, but I feel too scared and guilty. Maybe he will continue this streak of trying. We are in couples therapy, so maybe things will get better. I don't know what to do, and I'd feel guilty leaving him because now he's become aware of all his flaws and he's working on them.
I feel so bad for him having to start over at 36 because he supported me through my PhD. I feel so guilty. Is this bad enough to leave?
T-Dar. Husband betrayed me and downplayed it. He's been disappointing me beforehand, but he has since stepped up. I'm not feeling it anymore, but I'd still feel guilty to leave. I, a 30-year-old woman, and my very new boyfriend, 31 years old, keeps telling me what to do. How can I raise this with him?
Wow, I was not expecting this response. I thought I was just being stubborn and not wanting anyone to tell me what to do like a kid. Thank you, everyone. I think I have some self-reflection to do, I'm going to keep reading through it and replying to all your awesome comments.
We were friends for a year or so before this, which does make a difference as we already know each other well. But less than 2 weeks into dating, and he keeps telling me what to do.
I was in an 11-year dead bedroom relationship before this, so I've been living for someone else my entire adult life. And since ending things 4 months ago, I'm finally free to live how I like. Part of living how I like was being with who I wanted and getting to have fun again. He's moving quite fast, and I've had to tell him to slow it down. He's told his friends and family about me already, and is making future plans, whereas I've only just moved out of my ex's house where we still share a mortgage.
Here are some of the things he's already telling me what to do or not to do. I want to buy my own little flat to call my own. He keeps telling me it's a bad idea and a tie, and will take ages. He doesn't approve and tries to put me off.
When I get my own place, I want to get a dog. I had them all my life growing up, and I miss it terribly. I pet sit to fill the void. He goes very serious and says this is a bad idea as I won't be able to travel with him at the drop of a hat. Not something I ever said I wanted anyway. He's been trying to convince me not to get a dog since.
He gets impatient and slightly annoyed when I fell asleep on his sofa and didn't go to bed when he told me I should, said I'm stubborn and being annoying.
He doesn't like that I play games with my friends on Saturday nights, 2 to 3 times a month, and says I should spend Saturdays with him instead. Said I shouldn't start horse riding again as I don't have the time. I've had horses all my life and still have 2 retired ones. I don't want to lose this skill.
I'm painfully attracted to him and have fantasized about being with him for so long. We are so compatible in every other way, other than I hate being told what to do and he keeps doing it. It's so early on in the relationship that I don't even know how to broach this subject with him. What would be a good way to go about it?
I feel like I've been a doll all my life that people expect to do as I'm told and sit pretty on the shelf. TLDR new boyfriend telling me what to do or what not to do, and I hate it. I'm hyper-independent and want to live life for myself.
Partner using the word punishment with me when we are both adults. Me and my long-distance partner of 10 months seen each other twice as it's hard with our jobs and me moving, age 24 female, 30 male, have faced a lot of arguing recently, mostly over small bickers, but they usually get resolved and we move past them.
During a recent argument, he turned around and lied to me, telling me he had canceled his flights he booked me since I'm unemployed and can't work because of visa rules, which I was obviously upset over as we don't get the chances to see each other much. He never says he lies, so I obviously was shocked he lied to me about this.
I was visibly upset that he lied to me, and in his response he was saying, well, should I cancel it then? And saying that it wasn't a lie and that it was motivation, his words, and like how it's like getting into an argument and telling someone, I don't love you. Then he said if he cancelled it, and lying to me was a form of punishment.
We are both adults, and this clearly bothered me. Something about that word really just shocked me. I explained to him, can he not see how offensive and that him using words like that creates a power imbalance? And he disagreed over and over and refused to apologize. This has really stuck with me.
We had a disagreement the other day, and this same power imbalance was created. I was saying how I felt what he was saying was disrespectful. His response was, I'll start getting disrespectful to you soon, and yet he seems to not realize he's creating a power imbalance with this.
TLDR partner using words like punishment with me, 24 female, 30 male, 10 months